meeting some of the patients and having a good time. Shall I show you a flip?
Yeah.
Do you want to see a flip?
Oh my god, you really did do it.
See, I'm Spider-Man.
Nice to meet you too.
What's your name?
I'm William.
These can open and close. So like if I need to zoom in on bad guys, I can zoom in.
He's the guy who landed the biggest superhero role on the planet and still somehow seems genuinely surprised that people care. Spider-Man, a billion-dollar franchise, fans on every continent, the kind of cultural footprint most actors spend their entire careers chasing, and yet Tom Holland moves through all of it like someone who never quite got used to the attention. Which sounds like a PR line until you actually watch how he behaves when nobody told him to show up. Because that's the thing about Holland. He's 23 years old, he's carrying a Marvel franchise on his back, and when he has a day off, he goes to a children's hospital in a Spider-Man suit. Not because someone booked it, not because there's a press tour attached to it, because that's genuinely what he wanted to do with the time. Most celebrities surprise fans because it's on the schedule. Holland does it like it's the only thing on the schedule, and that difference shows up in every single one of these moments. From hospital hallways to FaceTime calls to 3 full days living undercover in an American high school, these are the moments Tom Holland went completely out of his way for the people who show up for him.
We're gonna catch Mysterio! Oh no! We're gonna get him!
So Holland finds out there's a screening of Spider-Man, Far From Home, happening at Children's Hospital Los Angeles. And instead of sending a signed poster, he shows up, in the suit, in the hallways, unannounced. The word he uses to describe it is fun. Not an honor, not humbling, fun. And that one word tells you everything, because he wasn't there checking a box. He wasn't there because a publicist told him it would look good. He genuinely pulled on a Spider-Man mask and walked through a children's hospital on a Tuesday, like it was the most natural place in the world to be. Think about what that actually takes. You are one of the most recognizable faces on Earth. Every single person in that building knows exactly who you are the second you walk in. And instead of letting that become the moment, instead of making the visit about the fact that Tom Holland showed up, he puts the mask on first. He walks in as the character. He makes it about the kids before he even opens his mouth. He came out of character mid-hallway, got down to eye level with every patient he met, and made each one feel like the entire visit had been planned specifically for them. And not in a rushed, clock-watching way. In a way where you can tell that the next room, the next kid, the next moment is the only thing on his mind. Because in his head, it had been planned specifically for them. Every single one.
And he's Spider-Man!
I know, it's great.
So
I can't
cool.
believe it.
But it is not always about showing up in person. Sometimes Holland just picks up the phone. A young fan named Billy gets a FaceTime call out of nowhere. And the second Billy's face appears on screen, the confusion, the disbelief, the moment it actually registers, Holland is already completely in it. Fully present, not performing for the camera. Not doing the celebrity version of a kind gesture, just there, locked in, like this is the most important call he has taken all week. And here is the detail that gets overlooked every time this moment gets talked about. When Holland introduces himself to Billy, he does not say his own name. He introduces himself as Peter Parker. He says he lives in Queens. He asks Billy where he lives. Most actors would break character at that point. The moment would become about them. Holland leans in harder and keeps it entirely about the kid on the other end of the screen. That is not acting. That is a grown man understanding instinctively that for a child in that moment, Peter Parker is the person who needs to show up, not Tom Holland the celebrity, not the guy from the press junket, the character that kid has been watching and connecting with and caring about. And Holland makes that decision instantly, without hesitation, like there was never another option. The fact that he asks where Billy lives, like they are two people just getting to know each other, like this is a normal conversation between equals, that is what makes it land differently to every other celebrity phone call you have ever seen.
What's your name? Abriel?
Abriel.
Abriel, sorry.
Oh, you're good. It's a weird one. A-B-R.
Abriel?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Then there are the moments that nobody planned at all. While signing autographs, Holland stops for a completely unscripted exchange with a fan named April. No camera angle set up for it, no producer in his ear. He mispronounces her name, catches himself immediately, apologizes, laughs about it like it is the funniest thing that has happened to him all day. And in that one small fumble, every bit of awkwardness disappears. Because Holland did not smooth it over or cover it up or deflect with a charming comment. He just let it be a normal, slightly clumsy, completely human moment. The kind of moment that happens when two regular people are talking to each other for the first time. That is the part that never gets enough attention. It is not the grand gestures that make these moments feel real. It is the fact that Tom Holland at a signing is the exact same person as Tom Holland anywhere else. No more polished, no more careful, no filtered version of himself showing up to do a good deed and leave. What you see is exactly what you get.
What? I'm Spider-Man. How you doing?
And for the fans who show up to these events, that matters more than the suit ever could. And for the youngest patients, the ones who are not entirely sure where the character ends and the person begins, Holland does not try to explain it. He just becomes Spider-Man. He rounds a corner, comes face to face with a little boy named Noah, and introduces himself in 4 words. 4 words. And the look on that kid's face is worth every single mile Holland traveled to be there, worth every minute of every press obligation he sat through that week, worth everything. Because Noah did not see a 23-year-old actor from Kingston doing a hospital visit between shooting commitments. Noah saw Spider-Man, standing right there in the hallway, talking to him. And Tom Holland made absolutely sure of it. He did not break, he did not wink at the camera, he did not give Noah any reason to wonder. He was Spider-Man, fully, completely, for as long as that kid needed him to be. That is a choice. Every single second of it is a choice. And Holland makes it without blinking.
For helping me, you didn't need to, but you have the biggest heart that I've ever seen. For only being 23 years old, your career is insane and everyone adores you.
But then comes the moment that nobody saw coming, including Holland. A fan named Cassidy, completely unprompted, completely unscripted, looks at him and just says what is on her mind, about his heart, about how young he is, about what it actually means to her that he is there, and you can see it land on him in real time. Watch his face. Watch the split second where he is not Tom Holland the superhero or Tom Holland the movie star. He is just a person who got told something that genuinely got to him. He does not pivot to a joke. He does not deflect with a laugh. He does not do what almost every famous person does in an uncomfortable emotional moment, which is find a way to make it slightly less real. He just sits in it, lets it be exactly what it is. That is the difference between someone who is good at their job and someone who is actually a good person. And Cassidy figured it out before the rest of us.
I was in high school for 3 days. I had like an accent, a fake name, a backstory.
What was your fake name?
Ben Perkins, who's my acting coach for when I was a kid. But they paired me with a kid called Arun.
Now this one goes to a completely different level. Between shoots, Holland pitches what he calls a joke. Wouldn't it be funny, he says, if he enrolled undercover in an American high school? Fake name, fake accent, whole backstory, just to see what it would actually be like. Marvel says yes, and suddenly the joke is a plan. 3 days. Fake name, Ben Perkins, American accent, a cover story involving being the brother of a student named Aaron. The detail that makes this even better is that Aaron is Indian and Holland is very much not, and he walked in anyway. Fully committed, for 3 full days. The students sitting next to him in class had no idea they were in homeroom with Spider-Man. And what that tells you is not just that Holland is a good actor, which obviously he is. It tells you how he thinks about surprising people. He does not do it in a way that centers himself. He does not parachute in for a photo and leave. He commits to the bit so hard that the people around him get to have a real experience, not a celebrity appearance. Most people would show up for 5 minutes, take the photo, and let everyone go home with a good story. Holland enrolled for 3 days, because if you are going to do something, you do it all the way.
I recommend a cold brew, everybody.
That's mine? I think I have a coffee down here. Is that mine?
Oh, shoot, hello?
And then there is this, which is not a grand gesture at all. Holland is mid-visit, coffee in hand, wandering between rooms. And he stops to ask a patient the single most important question available to him in that moment. Spider-Man or Captain America? Who is your favorite? The patient answers without a second of hesitation, and Holland's reaction, that full, completely genuine, surprised laugh, is not something you can schedule or rehearse or manufacture for a camera. That is a person who got an answer he respected and found genuinely funny and had no idea was coming. 2 seconds, no setup, no cameras positioned for the angle, just Holland making a kid feel like the most important person in the building with one question and a cold brew. And that is the entire point. It is never about the scale of the gesture with him. It is always about the attention behind it. The fact that he stopped, the fact that he asked, the fact that he actually cared what the answer was.
It's wet.
You like it when I shoot the webs? Well, I actually used all the webs on my way over here.
And because Holland would never let things get too sentimental without earning a laugh somewhere, there is always a line ready. A young patient asks if he can actually shoot webs. The kind of question only a kid asks, with total sincerity, because they have genuinely thought through the physics of it and want to know. Holland tells the kid he used all his webs on the way over. Perfectly dry, committed all the way. No wink, no breaking, and the kid completely loses it. And Holland goes right along with it, laughing like this is the best exchange he has had all week. Because for him, in that moment, it probably was. That is the thing about this line. It is not a prepared bit. It is not a press tour answer he has given 100 times. It is Holland reading a kid's energy in real time, finding exactly the right thing to say, and delivering it without a single second of hesitation. The kid walked away thinking Spider-Man is out of webs because he used them all coming to see him specifically. There is no publicist on earth who could have scripted that better.
I love your t-shirt.
Thank you.
Awesome. Who's on your shirt? You got Iron Man?
That's you.
That's me.
Yeah.
Captain America, who's your favorite?
Spider-Man.
I like that. That's a good answer.
Good answer.
What separates Holland from everyone else is not the logistics of any of this. It is not the hospital partnerships, or the Marvel press schedules, or the cameras that eventually capture all of it for the internet to watch. It is that in every single one of these moments, with Billy on the call, with Noah in the hallway, with Cassidy's thank you that clearly hit him harder than he expected, with the kid who wanted to know about the webs, he is never managing the moment from the outside. He is never doing the polished, controlled, celebrity version of a kind gesture. He is always, completely, in it. There is a version of this story where a famous actor shows up, smiles for the photos, says the right things, and leaves. That version exists in Hollywood every single day of the week. And then there is the Tom Holland version, where he enrolls in your high school for 3 days, introduces himself as Peter Parker, laughs when he mispronounces your name, asks where you live like he actually wants to know the answer, and makes you feel every single time like the surprise was planned specifically for you. Because for him, it always is. If you enjoyed this, drop a like and subscribe, because there are way more moments like this that you probably missed.